In today's video, I'll be going over how I was able to personally make 11 risk rewards today at a 100% win rate. We took 4 winners and 1 break-even trade. And yeah, it was overall a really good training session for me today. So let's just go over the trades. Again, the strategy I'm using, I'll be going over small details and parts of it. But if you want to know the entire strategy, it is within my 100 risk reward advanced course, which is on my website, and it directly will link you to the WAP. Again, for those that are wondering, the sale currently for 50% off is going right now, and I will be back at the original price, basically double the current price by next month. So if you don't get in now, you'll be too late getting in next month. So just something to keep in mind. But nonetheless, let's go over the trades taken. So we took 4 winners and 1 break even. Let's go over ES first because I traded ES and GC today, which is gold. So on ES, the trade idea was simple. We had a clear draw on liquidity. So that's the one thing I always check. First off, we took out liquidity here, right? And when we're bullish, because we have this gap above, when we're bullish, lows get taken as pro trend sweeps. So we took a low in a bullish market. Number 2, we had a clear draw on liquidity, which is above on a 30-minute supply, as you can see right there. You can go to different time frames to refine it if you like. That is something you can also do. But I just kept a 30-minute supply there. It's a little big, but it's not crazy big. Like something big would probably be something like this, right? But it's all right size. And again, always wait for entry model confirmations with my strategy anyway. So I'm not just placing blind limit orders at these POIs. But nonetheless, let's go over the first trade, right? We had an impulse delivery. This is basically, I would say it's an A impulse delivery. We had a little bit of chop here, but on NQ, it looked very clean. On NQ, this is an A plus impulse model delivery. So I took my impulse model entry here and was able to catch this 5 risk reward. Whereas my target was very clear. Fully mitigated trendline liquidity right above. So my target was this high here, but my overall draw on liquidity was the 30-minute. So some people may ask, why did I not hold the full position to the 30-minute? Well, the reason why is because sometimes we, in terms of probabilities, get a mitigation cycle to go higher. And I wouldn't want to be in this position still if we get a mitigation cycle. I would actually want to double my money in terms of secure my 5 risk reward trade. And if we get a mitigation cycle, I get my entry model again. I'll take another long here and make another 5, 6, 7 risk reward, right? So that in terms of mathematics gives me better results than just holding, for example, for this, right? With the potential of if we don't hold here and at the band POI, we could go lower. So it's better to score that 5 risk reward. And then if you get a re-entry or another entry idea or long off the new POI, take it. I would have 100% taken it every time, any day. This would have been an A setup for me after we had this SMT here. So NQ took out the low. ES did not take out the low. We basically made equal lows, which to me is not taken out. And we tapped into an origin POI that's very valid. And we had liquidity here as well internally. So we had so many confluences on this trade. And because the delivery was momentum, it was so good, right? A lot of people get scared. When you see momentum going bearish like this, a lot of people get scared long. But no, over here at ETU, we actually are taking this, right? We are very confident taking this because I've seen this play out all the time. This is actually, we want to see momentum going against our trade before we hit our POI, right? That's what we want. We don't want something like this, right? It creates a lot more resistance when it comes to price mitigation to go to your target. So something like this is more ideal, right? So this is slightly right after open, right? Typically, I don't like trading right at open. This was the opening candle at 9:30. This is slightly after open. We had the setup, took the 5 risk reward, and yeah. And then we also had, if you missed the 5 risk reward, my stop hunter setup that I teach within the course, your entry would have been right here, your stop would have been down here, and you would just target for your draw on liquidity for 7 risk rewards. So if you did miss the initial entry here because it never came back, that's okay, because you still could have taken my internal continuation model, which is the stop hunter setup, and it would have played out perfectly here, as you can see. Now that we hit 30-minute supply, right? This is a B setup to me just because my draw was the 30-minute, but we could also potentially see higher of these highs, right? So for me, it wasn't the best setup here, but it did work out today, right? So I took a counter here in a sense, but because this is a higher time frame POI, the 30-minute, it's a lot better. If this was just like a 1-minute POI here with no high time frame move, meaning not a big move, like look how big of a move this POI created versus maybe like a 1-minute POI, maybe something here, which creates only this small move, those are less likely to hold, right? Something like this is more likely to hold and at least give you some type of move or big solid move. So I was able to take this. I took the IFG setup, but if you took my OB entry model, your entry would be at 9 risk reward. So you would have made bank. You would have banked on this setup if you take the OB entry model. But me personally, I was I just kind of just wanted to. It was more so in terms of a FOMO, in terms of I didn't want to miss the move, so I just took the IVG. Even though I should have recognized we were not getting the best delivery in the POI, it was somewhat choppy. So I could have anticipated this, but I missed out, and it's okay, right? So secure 2-risk reward stop loss. I tell you guys to give it the wiggle room so you get stopped out prematurely. Now we had a member here in our course that did actually take it, and he literally kid you not, joined the course like 2 days ago, and he's already recognizing these setups. He said he also took the IFG short here, which is awesome. My TP I sent out to the group was, I said either TP at this flip or TP at this flip down below. Both were valid TPs and both did hit. So if I held towards that flip, it would have been a much longer trade for sure, 2.5 hours, but I would have made double my risk reward. Nonetheless, I wasn't confident enough during live trading to hold this all the way down here because it's counter to what I potentially was seeing the highs, which is okay, you know. You won't always be right. And a secure 2-risk reward here, right? So that was basically my 2 trades on ES, and I was basically done for a day here because obviously my next price target I was looking at the long here was this PY and this PY. So these two were valid PYs here to look for longs. We never got confirmation of my entry model here, so you don't take that. You take this because you got my entry model here, and you could have taken it with FOMC at 2 o'clock holding to break even, and you could have TP'd at this origin above, or at that origin above right there. So it worked out perfectly here. But again, I was done for a day. I was really satisfied, and you don't want to get too greedy, right? Because the longer you stay in the charts, if you start taking actual losses, in this case, this did work out, so you would have been fine. But I'm just saying, some people psychologically, let's say you take 3 losses after these 2 wins, you might go on tilt and basically give the market away all your gains. So that's not something you want to be doing. Hence why I stopped. Now, gold here, okay? So on gold, right? Gold, you don't have to wait till 9:30 because it's not an indice, it's an asset. I took a 1 hour scalp on 30-minute supply, okay? And I just basically TP'd at 1-to-1 here. And I go over ways or when you want to TP at 1-to-1 for scalps and when you want to look for those big trades in the course. So if you're interested in those specific details, check out the course while it's still on sale for 50%. Now here is a B impulsive delivery. We had good momentum, so I used an aggressive stop loss here. What's the context here? We swept liquidity here, right? So we swept it. We had a great reaction. We instantly reacted off of it. This is pretty solid price delivery here. We didn't have too much internal structure in the way. Something like, for example, this is not ideal. We want to ideally see something that's more momentum like this. And people get scared. Like I tell you, people get scared of this, but you shouldn't. You should actually be on the other side. You should be greedy when others are fearful, right? Warren Buffett said it best. So I applied to intraday trading as well. So my TP originally was at the 5-minute supply here, but we never hit it. At the time, we didn't hit it. We did not hit it. So it edged my TP and it came back to break even. Because I was so close. I was like, price is this close. There's no reason for price to come back down here. But it did come back down here. And my thesis, you guys always have to come with a thesis in the market of if and then statements. So if this happens, then what do you do, right? So for my idea was that if we do come back, I will take another trade going towards the 5-minute supply. I was very confident 5-minute supply hitting. I didn't realize there was a 15-minute supply here at the time, which did hit to the tick, as you can see. But that's not an issue with me because I can always just look to get a re-entry on a lower time frame back. So this is just a mitigation cycle, which is what I teach. And you can predict this and basically TP there at the 5-minute POI right there. So you can avoid people that are trying to short this. People are trying to probably short here. This is just market manipulation you can easily avoid if you learn all the stuff I teach within the course about manipulation and fake reactions. We avoid these losses here, right? Now, in this case, this trade did work out here, but this is a trade I probably would not be taking ever. So 5-minute was more clear to me, so I TP'd at the 5-minute for a 3-risk reward. So literally on gold, we made 2 winners, 1 break even. Yes, we just had 2 winners, so 100% win rate today. Did a good job. Overall, just trading personally with my strategy. You know, you should be catching all these trades. This is very mechanical. My strategy is very mechanical. You should be basically catching all these trades with a proper draw on liquidity. So yeah, basically that's 5 plus 2, that's 7 plus 3, that's 10 plus 1, that's 11. So overall 11, like I said, 11 risk reward trading today. Hopefully this quick little trade recap goes over things again, I will see if I can post a more in-depth one into the course modules for the private members. But other than that, man, hope you guys do enjoy this course recap going over, or trade recap, just going over trades taken today. I did do a live stream a bit later after on this day for free on YouTube. So if you want to check out the live stream, it was like a Q&A session. Feel free to. Otherwise, join the free Discord server. No charge, completely free. Join that. And then I also have the course and one-on-one mentorship. So the one-on-one mentorship, I only have one spot left for that, right? So whoever gets that, it's the last spot left currently. I opened up new spots whenever I'm done with a student, for example. But other than that, I keep it very limited. So one spot left if you want to secure a spot at the current price. And then I also have the 100 Restore course, which there's no obviously like limit to stocks. So you can get that whenever you want at your own time. But I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time, the sale and the plus 10% promotion pop up right now will end in a few days. So get it while you still can, and I'll see you guys in the Discord.